There we go. Boom, boom, bam. We're live. What's up, everybody? Yeah, there we go. Bugman22 said second. Gene Tillman third. Hey, Fly Guru, how you doing? Fourth. Paul Boyd, what's up? What's up? How are you? We'll give a few more minutes here. Hey, Kaz, how are you? Steve Mosley is out there. How you doing, Steve? All right, all right. Hey, Grace, Family Fishing, what's up? What's up? Skip ad. Okay. And we are going to, because it's Easter weekend, we're going to do something a little different. This is what I used to do a lot of when I first started. All right, all right. So, welcome everybody. How you doing? Glad to see y'all in. I dropped the link out there. We just gonna have an open chat. Come up and talk about your channel, fishing, whatever. You got questions? Anybody out in chat got questions for you? Want to promote your channel? Whatever you want to come up and talk about, as long as it's family friendly. Hey, there's Duggar. How's it going? How's it going? Good to see you. 8 awesome people in right now. Boom, 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 boom. Catfishing with Cause. Thank you very much. With the 222 sprinkle. Well, let's see who we got here.
Well, I figured I'd return the favor.
Hello, my friend. How are you tonight?
You snuck in on me, so I figured I'd sneak in here on you. What's going on, man?
Not too much, not too much. Just I haven't done this in a while, and maybe I've been inspired by some people, so I threw it out there.
Ever since I got YouTube famous, I've just been popping up on people's lives. That's been pretty cool, dude. I've really enjoyed myself.
It's a lot of fun.
Big Mike, how you doing, Big Mike? Miss Cause, let me say hi to all the people. Say hi to me, Stan.
Go
Hi,
ahead,
everybody. Greetings, Earthlings, Nanu, Nanu, and all that good stuff, baby. Good to see all y'all folks.
I got it. I have a hard time doing so. I do the twos because I can do that. The other ones, I've broke those knuckles so many times.
I got the bent one, man. I got the bent one.
Yeah, the knuckles are gone. And Catfish Heroes out there, how you doing?
Uncle Lou's there too. Goodness gracious, all the upper echelons are here, man.
Uncle Lou says, if we're hiding eggs tonight, he's going to cover his eyes.
Not eggs. I'll tell you what, dude, it's been a beautiful day here in New Mexico. I don't know where y'all are, but my God, it's a good time to be sniffing air.
Virginia, this time of year in Virginia is beautiful. It's still, it's like it was in the 70s today. Right now, it's still like maybe 68, 69, which is just absolutely perfect. It starts, and tonight, I think it's only going to get down into maybe the 60s, upper 50s maybe, which for here is beautiful.
Man, I've been going through some of my stuff on reels I didn't even know I had in tackle. Oh my God. I have to finally admit I'm a pack rat.
Well, I think, and I think that some of that is generational kind of stuff. Like a little bit what you were talking about last night. Like a lot of us, like we can remember where it was tough times, and you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
the gas shortages back with harder days,
I do. I do
and
remember that. I remember when I was the remote for three older brothers too for the TV. So yeah,
that's one of my jokes, Duggar. That's one of my jokes. I'm like, I don't know
it
what y'all
was.
are talking about. We've had a remote in my house since like the early '70s.
Yeah, right.
My dad saying, "Boy, get on up off the couch and change that to channel 4." And if
Yeah,
you were on 13 or whatever, you're like clunk, clunk, clunk,
yeah,
clunk, clunk.
you had three channels to look for, man. And then they brought out a couple of weird ones. We were like, "Oh my God, new TV!"
Yeah.
I remember my first color TV, bro. We literally had. My daddy bought a big old Zenith, big old beautiful Zenith, and we actually had neighbors. We had a party because we had a color TV. Nobody had a
Yeah.
color TV but us. That was weird. That was
Yeah.
weird, but I remember that kind of stuff.
We had the black and white TVs. I remember them well.
I remember 47-cent gas.
Yeah,
You believe that?
I believe it because I remember like probably the lowest I've seen is probably like 70 cents, somewhere in there.
Mhm.
It was less than $1. It was definitely less than $1.
I
78
remember.
cents.
I remember when $5 used to fill my '61 Ford Falcon up.
Oh, what year?
A '61.
I had a 64.
That was my first car. Was a '61 Ford Falcon. And it was a little coupe with a little 6-cylinder. And I tell you what, I traveled the road. I was set free with that car, boy.
I tell you what, they were awesome. I had the 64 Ford, same thing, little 6-cylinder, and man, that thing was. I got it when I was. That's when I was in the military in the '80s, and the dude that had it, he drove it like on Sundays every now and then. Somebody rear-ended him, and he just got rid of it. So I got a good on that. But
I had it for about 7 months, and I went fishing for a week on a shrimp boat. And I come back, and my brothers had pulled out my 6-cylinder and put a 289 with pop-up piston. And I come walking up to my car, and he had these two little wheels on the back of my car coming out on a bar. And I said, "What is that for?" And he said, "So when you smash the gas, you don't flip over." And I said, "Yeah, right." Dude, that was a scary car to drive because it was so light, and that engine was bored out. And I mean, it was fast car. It was
wheelie car, yeah.
Honest 11, 12-second car. I mean, I'm serious. And because that's a light bodied coupe anyway. You know what I mean? And it was turning mad horsepower. Creole, sauce pecan, man.
My OG broadcast brother. So I dropped the link out there again. We're just it's Easter weekend, having a little fun. I haven't done that's kind of a lot of people remember how I started. That's kind of just how I got going. I was we had the 8 o'clock shows, and then I was doing like the overnight deal. And if people wanted to go live, I'd go live, and we'd sit up and talk all night. But
wow. Man, it has helped me pass so much time meeting all you people. I mean, it's been fun for the biggest part. It's been great, man. And I just want to let everybody know Jesus is the reason for the season. You know what I mean? And praise God.
Amen.
And I'm a big old fat man, and I'm set in my ways, and I'm jonesing to go fishing. So one of these days, y'all gonna actually see what catching fish is like. I mean, because nobody even seen me pull a fish at that one I showed a little trout I caught, but man, I had need a fishing fix bad.
I was telling you last night on your channel, like I could tell how by the way you were answering the questions on man, I don't know why I can't ever remember his name.
Clayton. When
you were on his channel, and I was just listening, you were killing the questions there.
Well, I made my living catching fish, so I mean, I had to know how to catch them. I mean, what's the point? I mean, and I learned from the old school guys that you think you know something, go crawl in a boat with somebody my age that's been doing it for a long time. And but you got to be willing. Like when they sent me this thing here, I got to try that. Like I say, if I go out and I catch a golly whopper, 80-pounder with it, I'm gonna swear by them from now on.
Yep. Well,
That
yeah.
there's a real time catfishing rig. Yep, you got one too. So
And stand three. I mean, I'm the hook, sinker, and spool maybe.
I do that. I do a similar rig like that when I got high weeds and stuff. I'll put a little cork up high, but the weight down in the hook somewhere in the middle that will lift it up over the weeds. And like when I'm trout fishing or walleye fishing. Um, but we catfishing here. I got where I'm at. I've got channel cat now. We do have some pretty decent ones. And I need to go out there and set up on them rascals one night for y'all and show you. You can sit there and catch 20, 30, 40 of them suckers between 8 and 20 pounds.
Yep. Let's see. We had some more people come in. Sir Fins is out there. How's it going? Steve Mosley saying, I got you on one phone, Green Machine on another one. Yeah, he said he was going out in the kayak tonight.
I would love to go fishing with Epic, man. I would love to go fishing with Epic. Me and that, I'm telling you, you put me and him in a sack, shake us up, we'll fall out of it together. I mean, he's got the same obsession with fishing that I do, and he gets to use his a little more lately than I have. But I mean, I just the first time I really caught a big fish on a rod was offshore, was saltwater fishing, and I really enjoyed that. I loved it. I love catching tuna and stuff. But then I went to catfishing, and I was using trout lines, limb lines, hoop nets, all kinds of stuff. And I'd set up. I took a offshore rod with me, man, and I hooked it up with a big old hunk of bait. And I knew there was some big flatheads in that area, and I threw one in there, and he come out about a 60-pound flathead on a rod. That's fun. I don't care who you are. That's better than partying naked. I ain't kidding you. And I got obsessed with it where I didn't even want to go fishing for a living. I just wanted to go chase them big ass catfish. And of course we had them big gar too, them big alligator gar, and catching one of them on a rod is a hoot. So you never know what you was going to get, a big old flathead or you was going to catch a big old gar.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I got a lot of respect for all those prehistoric fish, your gars, bowfin, sturgeon, all those kind of fish that have been here, done that kind of thing. There's so much history in those fish. Like we owe a lot of our country survival to sturgeon, like the original settlers here on the James River. We're eating sturgeon. I mean, it's without sturgeon they wouldn't have survived as long as they did. I mean, it's nuts how these old fish.
Yeah, I mean, and like I've told I've said it a few times, being a saltwater fisherman and a freshwater fisherman both, I mean, everything just crosses over to them. You'd be surprised what lures will catch saltwater fish and what saltwater lures will catch freshwater fish, or the way how you rig. Like a mutton, to me, a mutton snapper rig, that's having a sliding weight with about 15 to 25 foot of leader.
Yep.
That is the most. I'm telling you, I use that more than one time. In fact, that's mainly the way I fished for big yellow cat, or I like to call them butter cat. But yeah, it's been a fun ride being me, because I had other people who were obsessed with fishing too, maybe not to the degree that I am. I have finally met somebody that's worse than me, and that's my buddy Eddie. He's ate plumb up with fishing. He is. But he don't care what he catches. He's like me. If he tugs a drug, he don't care what's on the other end of that line. He wants to go catch it.
Yep. Yeah.
But we have to fish for what we fish for, you know. And when I first started eating walleye, I was like, I wanted to kill everyone I could find, you know. Boy, them things are
good. I was like that with yellow perch up in New York.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Cold Mountain Lake in the Catskills in New York. I mean, yellow perch was just, and we could get them up there like it was nothing to catch a stringer full of 12 to 14-inch yellow perch. So, I mean, you're talking a nice piece of meat.
Yeah,
and, a lot of them, you know, they'll be stunted, and a lot of places you'll fish, it's just little ones. But when you get a stringer full of 12, 14-inch yellow perch,
woo,
that's
good. They just started stocking some of them in New Mexico. You know, they're introduced fish, you know, but we got like 3 native trout. We got 4 native catfish, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, the blue and the flathead are native to our waters. But, I mean, I have found a couple up. I have caught a couple of yellow cats up as far as Santa Fe almost, you know, in between Santa Fe and Albuquerque. Most of them are down south where Chris Flores is.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Kaz and Jody out there fishing all night. They're catfish savage. I love that.
They did a great job.
You know, I was impressed. First time that they went out together and came back in, and the way that they loaded the boat and just all that simple, all that kind of stuff. The stuff that you got to do if you got a boat, you got to do all that stuff. The way they just came in and did it. I knew right in there that was a team right there.
It kind of didn't surprise me though, because both of them kind of, for ladies, they walk with swagger, you know, and I love that shit. I love it. I love it. You know, Jody doesn't take any crap and can dish it out with a double spoon, bro. She really can. She ain't scared of none of these guys, you know. And cause she's so precious, and then you realize she knows how to fish.
Yeah.
And so it's been pretty cool watching the evolution of their channels and stuff. And as you know, I'm the observer. I observe everybody. So I'm watching. A lot of times they don't even know I'm watching, you know. So, but I can't keep my mouth shut. Most of the time I have to say, "Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?" You know?
And Duggar, we are glad that you do, because you know, as you're up here now, and you know, it's without chat, the live shows are nothing. Without the live show, the chat wouldn't be there. So I mean, it's you know, it's all a ecosystem in its own, and we all rely on each other, and that's what makes this stuff great.
Yeah, and we was having that talk you know, on somebody's telling the other night about family and stuff like that. It's amazing, dude. The people I have met and been humbled by. You know, you'd almost give up on humankind until you get on some situation like we're on now. You know, there's a lot of good folks.
Hey, man, if you mention a problem, you've got thousands of people willing to pray for you. I mean, and it's not one of those, oh, yeah, I'll put you in. No, literally, you are in their prayers. You're in their good thoughts. They really have concern.
Yeah. You know, they've swelled me up more than once. They've teared me up several times. And it's like, Mr. Jeep, by the way, that's classified information, sir. I will let you know my ship is in the shop right now, but I leave a couple of old ones I had out there so the Sasquatch can find them and beat them up so he can think he's keeping them. But when I get it fixed, I'm going to snatch him and sell him to an interstellar zoo.
Hey, mad catters out there in the interstellar zoo.
Well, you know it's work tribe, baby.
There's a dude, Uncle Jeep. You would get along well with him. He's oh man, he got us at CatCon. I got to meet him, and just an awesome dude. And I don't know if you heard the story of what he did on the Golden Whiskers, but he's in the front row with a pack of bacon. He's eating bacon and trying to do the award show, and he's just sitting there eating the bacon.
That's hilarious.
Murillo has got a question for you.
They're above my pay grade. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to hang out with either one of them. That would be cool. I mean, they've seen a lot, and coming up and stuff. So I would love to hung out with Elvis. He usually had some cool people around him, and he definitely drove some nice rides.
And you look at talk history. We've got such a small compared to how long everything has been out there.
Yeah.
But we talk history. There's been so much just in the past, even just 100 years, how much changed, and people that you don't expect, like Elvis. Look what he's done for the relations in the country and everything. It's crazy how you take one person out of something and it can just be really different.
Remember pre these?
Yeah.
When the only person who had computers was NASA.
Yeah.
And this phone holds more information than what NASA had. So I've seen them step on the moon, or if they did, who knows? That could have been fake news on that stuff too. Who knows? But yeah, man, I'm like I was talking. I give myself away to telling you about color TV and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of stuff in my lifetime that you would have never. Who would have ever thunk this, that you could call somebody and look at them? That's George Jetson stuff.
Yeah, doing what we're doing here, that would have been like unheard of. Probably even going back just less than 30 years.
Yep. Right. Everybody would have been an alien who had one of these. You know what I mean? They go, "Hey, he must be an alien. He got a phone. He can see people on." Yeah, I agree. Prince is one of the best musicians. Yep. Or was.
And I tell you what, that sucker could play basketball too.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's flying cars right now. There is flying cars right now. So, I mean, they don't go like the Jetsons. They sound like a car. Last time I was at Abbey Q Lake, I saw the coolest thing. I seen one of those cars that's a boat. Aqua cars. He just come down. I said, that dude's fixing to run into the lake. Well, hell, he did. And he just putting all around the lake, throwed a couple rod out of each of the back window, was trolling for walleye in his car.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, that was the coolest thing I ever seen, dude. It was
you ever seen one of those? 60s. Have you ever seen those old school hovercrafts?
Yeah, I have actually.
I've driven one of my father's friends used to have one, so I've driven one of them a couple times. They're pretty cool.
I never got to ride one, but I've sure seen. I drove some pretty interesting swamp buggies, but I've never had me a hovercraft. But I thought that's a great idea, man. That'd be great over Saltgrass.
Let's see.
Hey, Douglas Fletcher. Hey, two Douglases in one place. We're allowed to take over.
You never know who's taking over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It'd be an invasion. But I don't know, man. Like I say, I appreciate you coming on my show the other day, my little short. I got some new gadgets I was trying out, and then, hell, I couldn't believe people started just popping up. So that's neat. I enjoy that. And I'm not worried about growing. The people that's tuned in to see that, man, they are my loyal subjects, and they will be spared when we take over.
Well, and I'm proud to say that I'm one of them. So
Bugs, yeah, you're secure to place, brother. How you doing, Bugman?
Bugman's another cool dude out there. Glad to see. I got to meet Bugman at CatCon. He was pretty cool. Bad Catter, got to see him. Uncle Jeep.
Yeah, he should have took a left at Albuquerque for sure, man. That is my favorite cartoon is Mel Blanc cartoons, and he took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. The Bugs. That's the second famous thing he ever quoted. The other one is, of course, this means war. But yeah, that's hilarious, man. Jeep's got a good sense of humor. Me and him had a good time. I'm sure we would.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
He's always got something spray to say. You know what I mean? So that's funny.
He saw us. He saw us. David Smith, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. He saw us
Dave.
at CatCon. I get out of the car and saw Freddie down the. He parked in like the aisle right across down a little bit. So I'm over this way talking to Freddie, and you wouldn't guess that I like to talk, and I was yelling down the
Not
stairs.
Stan.
No. So all of a sudden, this guy comes up behind me. Excuse me. Do you believe they'll be selling any sturgeon stuff in there? So now I'm like, all right, I know that it's going to be somebody from YouTube. I turn around, I don't recognize the face, and he's like, you want a hint? And he turns it around, and it says Jeep on the hat. Uncle Jeep. I'm like, Uncle Jeep, what's up? Good to meet you.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I would love to meet a bunch of these folks. I'm gonna. I got a little cash windfall coming in here pretty soon. Thank Jesus. You tell me Jesus ain't real, I'll just have to laugh at you. Perfect timing. I got my disability back pay and my monthly income went up over a G. So I mean, it's praise Jesus. He's gonna take care of the fat man. And so I might just have to slide in on some of these folks, and just see what kind of knowledge they have about fishing. I'll pick their brain apart about fishing. You never stop learning, bro. And if you ever see me fishing, you'll realize I truly am ate up with fishing.
Tell me about it.
I'm totally ate up with it. Besides that, turkey hunting and duck hunting, I'm fishing. I'm happy.
Look, one of my favorite things to say, and everybody's heard me say it when I'm out there fishing with Stan 3 and Dan and whoever, I love being proved wrong.
Yeah, right.
I learned something new. That's
every time.
Prove me wrong. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you got to be willing to. I've been fishing for 5 decades, for 50 years. Hey, Two Hookers, how you doing?
I have too. I guess I wet my first hook when I was 3 or 4 with my grandpa. And my dad, my dad was a commercial fisherman earlier in my life, but he went to tugboating. But I couldn't get him because he fished all his young life, till he's probably in his mid-30s, and he was sick of fishing. I just put it bluntly, he was sick of it. So I only went fishing with him about 4 or 5 times in my whole life. But my grandfather, he was addicted, and he loved catching catfish. He loved eating cat. We didn't go out there just for recreational, to wound them and stuff like that. If we caught him, they were going to get fried up in some cornmeal and, some grits made, you know what I mean? So, but, we never did overload it, and then when I found out you could stick a hook in a fish and somebody wanted to buy it, I was a little entrepreneur, bro. I am not kidding you.
Hey, there's Angel Honeycutt. What's up from the husband and wife team from St. Louis, Missouri? Great to see you.
Turkey season opened today here, and I should go just to let them turkeys know who's boss.
Well, and Perillo said, I'm glad that you asked, Stan. Tell me that story. You mean the story of the 222-pound sturgeon right here that we caught while we were catfishing on this
medium? It is his show.
Right here.
Folks, it is his show, so it was coming sooner or later. Who was it those nights? Man, I wish he'd catch another damn fish. He could start talking about that other one.
It was close. It was close a few weeks ago when we did stand day on Sunday night.
Was that a big catfish?
That was a monster catfish. It was definitely the biggest one that I would have caught.
Did I hear somebody caught a 130-pound fish?
Somewhere. I don't think it was any, but we know. But yeah, I heard that there was 130 pounds caught somewhere.
The last big one I seen was Arch. Good God, what a golly whopper!
Now there's been right here in the James, not too far from us. The last one that I heard of was the end of last year. It's got a 109-pounder. So they're here. They're here.
That's no longer a catfish. That's a manatee.
Yeah. Now the one that
Whew.
I can't say for sure. We had it next to the boat, and Stan 3's trying to make me feel better and say, nah, it was only a 60-pounder.
Only.
We had caught 350s that night, 350 pluses that night.
Wow. Well, that's a
So
good
I saw
night.
it. Yeah, I saw it by the boat, and it was no 60-pounder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was bigger.
When you got a fish next to the boat that dwarfs a 50-pounder. But
Yeah, that was a nice fish.
Yeah, so that would have been a 102-pound catfish, right? This 102-pound catfish.
Right.
It's
Dude.
coming. It's coming. Well, Angel, happy Easter to you. That's right. Happy Easter out there to everybody.
I don't know, Bubs. That one you caught, that was a filthy pig. I wish you were going to weigh that thing. God, that was a big catfish. Yeah, live watching you catch it, I was like, that's the biggest catfish I ever seen somebody personally catch. I didn't see him. I wasn't in the boat, but I've seen it on live. I was like, God, dog, what a fish.
Stan 3 the other night got one from the kayak. He's out there fishing in his little Walmart kayak right now. And he hooked one that it towed him around. He had to get to the bank to actually even get it in. And it was 47 inches, I think, almost 4 foot long. But he couldn't barely get his arms around it. So he's pretty sure that was easily his new PB. I think his biggest fish that he's caught was like 76. And it was bigger than that, he said. So
Uncle Jeep Phaser, of course, you can hit him from a distance.
That's right. And to do that with a lightsaber, you got to throw it, and that's not.
And I'm not a Jedi. Give me a gack,
That's right. The manatee of epic proportions.
Yes, sir. That was a fish. Whew.
I'd love to go out there fishing with them just to fish or not, just to be out there.
Yeah, I just like to hear them change stories. Them suckers been telling whoppers since they were little. Look who snuck in here. Mr. Chadwick, I presume.
Hey. Fish Ranch House, how you doing? And hello, Chad. To water, my good friend out there. I got to fish with him and Dee last Sunday. Man, what an honor. It was awesome.
He's good. He's a good feller, dude. I'll tell you what. You know what I like about Chad? He can give it as good as he can take it. And sometimes I think he can sometimes he can give it a little better than he can take it. You know what I mean? But
we'll always do it with a smile. He's just a fun dude to be around. And God bless Dee. That's all I got to say.
Bless her heart. I'm always torn between her and Dana Parker, who should get the Saints Award at the CatCon. I think Dana Parker actually had the poor Miss Dana. I love that lady.
And Duggar, this is we talked a little bit about it last night, but you tell me that Jesus doesn't exist. Just look what's happened to me. Like 2020, I'm not leaving the house. I'm just done. Like life was over. Couldn't care less. And now you brought up Dee and Dana. I've fished with both of them. I fished with Chad. I've been to CatCon. I've met all kinds of people. I've fished with all these awesome people and been in these people's lives and get to go fishing with my son every week and Dan now. And you talk about being blessed. I mean, man, there's now I've got another. My son is remarried now. So I got 4 grandkids. I got a set of twins, 4-year-old twin grandsons now. They just had another baby girl that was born. She's got some issue, but she's doing well, and we'll be doing something with that soon. But man, just going from it being over to just starting. I mean,
Dude, I noticed the change in you. It was you went from being a big old fat dick looking rascal to a young rascal again. I mean, you come out of it, and props to your boy for being there for you. I mean, that's Dan 3. He's got a lot more of my admiration than you think he does, or he might think he does. Yeah, bravo, bro. And getting Pop off the couch, kicking him in the butt, to get out there. That's so cool. And we had a come to Jesus meeting with myself too. You know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. All I did was pray for direction, and oh my God, dude, instant. He goes, "Yep, hold my beer. I got this, Doug." And I don't know if Jesus drink. I'm sure he does drink beer. Beer is proof God loves us. Let's just admit it. You know, it's like Mountain Dew. You know, God loves you because there's Mountain Dew. Who knows?
right.
But
Right.
but you know, I have a couple of projects. You know, I love bringing people to Christ. I cannot help myself. I got to tell you about Jesus when I'm around you. And if you believe in Jesus and you're saved by Jesus, you can't help yourself. You got to spread him. And like I say, the reason for the season is Jesus. And somewhere along the line, you talk to me, I'm gonna start talking about my Lord. And if you get offended and it will tickle me. I'm serious. It will tickle me to death when you get offended about me talking about my Lord. I will get tickled, and then it becomes the game of, oh yeah, well, I got to bring this guy to Christ now. That's my job. And I got a couple of heathens in my life that I'm going to try to switch around, and I don't know if I'm going to be successful. Only God knows that. But I do worry more about myself, because guess what? You can't get me to heaven. The preacher can't get me to heaven. I'm not responsible for your sins, and you're not responsible for mine. I'm responsible for this fat man right here. And I like I said, I've already had my come to Jesus meeting. I got people trying to invade me.
And we got Fishing with Paula Smith out there. How you doing? I think I saw somebody else come in. Great to see you, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Hey, Jesse's out there. Outdoors Addiction.
Jesse.
And we got Team Snagging Whiskers. Dustin up here.
What's going on?
Fished with Dustin, what was it, about a month or so ago? Maybe a little more?
I think it's about a month ago, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Stan, I'm going to jump out of here and make room for somebody else for you. You know, it's good to have a variety on this kind of a platform. And I really care that you still sniff air. I like you. And and I want to tell everybody once again, I want y'all to hear it this time. Mr. Duggar loves you all.
We love you right back, brother.
God
Appreciate
bless Jesus.
Thank you,
Team Jesus, baby. All right.
You're welcome back in anytime.
Isn't that a cool logo, baby?
That is a nice logo.
Mr. John Parker made that for me. He is one fine American, but I still don't know how Dana puts up with that rascal.
Well,
bye.
He had one of the best lines when he was out there fishing, and that guy was getting on him about trespassing and this and that. And that dude had that. Why don't you get back in that and fire up your Briggs and Stratton and head on down the road? That was just.
Oh, he just crushed me, dude. I blew snot when he did that. I'm sorry. I did. I laughed. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Justin, for jumping in here, saving me from that guy above us. And,
absolutely. I do what I can.
All right. He going to talk about a sturgeon, though. You know that's going to happen again. He can't stand it.
But this one right here, 222.
I heard he called one.
Well, I was listening to the show, and I heard somebody say something about a sturgeon. I had to jump in here and see what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Stan, and thank you, chat. And I wish everybody God's blessings. And I still am the greatest fisherman ever fished before. Just bye.
See you later, my brother.
Duggar. What's going on, Stan?
How's it going, Dustin? How you been?
Oh, fantastic. How's everything going with you?
Doing good. I wish I could get back out on the river a little more. Hold on a second. My daughter was just heading out.
Oh, okay.
Two hookers catfishing says it needs to be publicly known that I live my life to go fishing. My wife gave me permission to say that.
That's awesome.
That's right. Douglas pretty cool. Is an awesome man. Great to seen him in chat, and now he's been getting some stuff and popping up on live. So he went live do a little talking on his channel last night. Awesome. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet some more of these folks. I mean, I think I've met you, your son, Dan, Has, and I came down when you were fishing with Chad, and you were going to go live. I was going to play football because I play down at Gillis Creek Park, and I get off on the Morris Street exit. So I was I had your chat on my phone, and you hadn't come up yet, so I was going to drive down there and make sure everything was okay.
Oh.
And when I got down there, I saw two guys walking across the parking lot. I'm like, man, that looks like Has. And so I stopped and talked. That was Has and Ernie.
And there you go. Yeah, that was quite a weekend. I was out on the river on Friday night with Dan, and Has and Ernie went out with Chris from Catfish Clothing.
Right.
And man, we were killing it Friday night. We caught seven citations that night from smallest one was 38 inches, 30 pounds, and the biggest one was right at about 60. So that's just an awesome night. Plus, we caught 3 flatheads and some other catfish and et cetera, but fresh cup bait, fresh shad.
Absolutely. I know that. Yeah, I'm still trying to get, Sean has never caught a flathead before, so I'm still trying to get him on a flathead. I mean, we both, Sean did break his PB when you were out with us that time about a month ago. We are going out tomorrow morning. We're going to be live at 7:30 tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
So we're going to be out there a few hours, see if we can, we're going to drag the upper part up by the city, see if we can get anything.
Awesome. Yeah, if you're going to, definitely there's all kinds of bait up there right now. If you don't use the net, you should be able to catch. They've been catching just hickory like crazy up there, and white.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say white perch. It slowed down a little bit last weekend when we had the really heavy winds and that cold front came in,
right.
And the water went up way high and muddy and everything. But then once that got out and the warmer weather came back and the water cleared up, it's just been the hickory and stuff have just been on fire up there.
Yeah, I was using that lure you gave me because I went out Wednesday night and I went live. Sean couldn't make it. We were going to go out Wednesday night as well, but I think I texted you and I did get a hold of Dan, and he recommended I go up by the city, so I put it up by the city, and I was only about, 300 yards from where Dan was anchored. I think Stan 3 was with him that night.
It was Citation Smitty. He fishes here. Yeah, he fishes here in the area too. So
I got you. Yeah, I still don't know everybody that fishes this area, but I'm sure if I hang around you guys long enough, I'll figure it out. You guys seem to know everybody, so
it just happens. I didn't get the nickname the mayor for nothing. So yeah, I just love fishing. I love people that go out and go fishing. If I can help somebody learn something about it, I'm all for it. I love it. That's just I love doing that kind of stuff. And we got a fishing chick, my fishing sister from another mister. How you doing out there, fishing chick?
Hey, fishing chick, how's it going? Yeah, so anyway, when I went out Wednesday night, I got out there. I got on the water about, I think, 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and I tried to use that lure you got me, or you hooked up for me when we went out last month, and to try to catch some shad. They were jumping all over the place, but I couldn't get one to bite. I put a worm out. I was trying to catch some perch. I couldn't get anything. Luckily, I had some frozen shad that I used as bait.
Yeah, let's see. Wednesday. Now, I'm not sure if they were back on by Wednesday or not. Obviously not. Sometimes it's a color. You know, it's like usually silver and gold will work. That's your most go-to. But sometimes it'll be like they'll switch to like a green or a red. So you got to have a couple of those too. You know, it's like it turns into one of these things where you got to have the different colors. And one, for some reason, on some days, it doesn't matter which one you throw out there, you'll just nail them all day. Other times, I don't know whether it's water clarity. I don't know what the difference is, but sometimes that is all they will take is a certain color. So,
yeah, I've still never caught a shad on a pole yet. So.
yeah, all the hickory shad. They call it poor man's tarpon because when you get it, I mean, they'll come dancing up out of the water, and they're just the hickory shad or the American shad. They just zoom back and forth. It's a blast if you can get out there tomorrow morning. You should be able to get some tomorrow morning.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. We've got thanks to Green Machine. I was, like I said, I passed him right before he went. Him and Citation Smitty went back in, and he gave me 3 of his shad that he had, and I have them. I put them in the freezer, so we're going to use frozen shad tomorrow. Maybe I'll try to catch some white perch too. So
there you go. And if nothing else, you can put that gill net downriver a little bit from Aunt Carol's on the same side up in the shallows there, and 10 minutes you should have a bunch. We got 15 or 16 gizzard shad the first. In like 10 minutes when I brought Chad and them out. So
that's a lot of bait.
And we ended up using most of it. And what we didn't use, Chad put in the cooler and brought it down to Lake Kerr with him. So
nice.
But yeah, I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in fresh cut bait. Whatever it is that's in your waters. Here, James River is gizzard shad. Sometimes some waters it's carp or some of the other ones out in the skipjack or the moon eye and all these other variations of a shad or herring. Sometimes it's bluegill, white perch, whatever that main forage fish is in those waters. I'm a big believer in that. Will chicken and the other stuff catch fish? Of course they will. But I think day in and day out, if you're going to go for the biggest fish out there, or even some of the bigger ones, it's what they're normally eating. It's the fresh bait from what they're normally eating. So right. I think it makes a difference.
Yeah, I know Dan said when they went out Wednesday night, they were on a few fish. They caught a 57 pounder and I think it was a 38 pounder earlier on, right before I got out there. I did get on 2 fish. I got an 8 pounder and a 4 pounder. So
all right.
So it wasn't for nothing. Of course, but
yeah.
I tell you what, if nothing else, Wednesday night was probably the most beautiful evening. The sunset where we were at.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I experienced that with the folks that were in chat with me.
Yeah, I was in there listening, and every once in a while I was trying to pop in and back and forth. I was running and doing a bunch of things, but yeah, that was a beautiful night out. I don't know why it was a beautiful night out. The sunset was gorgeous. Temperature was gorgeous. So
I was a little worried during the probably about 2:00. I knew I was going out by myself, and the last time I went out by myself when the wind was blowing, I tore my hand up, had some anchoring issues, and it was a mess. It was beautiful Wednesday morning. I had to take my father-in-law to an eye doctor appointment. We got out into the truck afterwards, and the wind picked up. I'm like, oh, come on now. But luckily, when I got on the water and we got out, I got anchored, the wind died down, and there was barely a breeze when the sun was setting for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was fantastic. Hey, Crappie Dave Fish on, how you doing?
Somebody had asked up before. I don't know if they could tell by now, but they were asking what waters that you fish in.
The mighty James River.
That's right. And in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, catfish waters in the country. And, I'm sure when you've got confidence in your waters, you got to have confidence in your waters. The more confidence you have, the better you are to go out there and catch the big fish. So I think that's important too. 2 hookers catfishing. All right. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, Dustin fishes the James River here pretty close. we fish in a lot of the same waters. Oh, man, thank you. Sorry it took so long, but glad that the package got there okay. Catfish and Curtis, how you doing? Sean T, what's up? What's up, my Cajun brother? How you doing? But yeah, and I think fishing in general, but especially catfishing, there's nobody no catfisherman has ever hooked into a bass and said, "Oh wow, this might be the biggest." But a lot of bass fishermen have hooked into a catfish and said, "Oh my God, this is a monster. This is a record." So with catfishing, there's several different. Whether you're bank boat, kayak, there's going out and catching some fish, and then there's going out after fish, after some big catfish. And there's nothing wrong with either one. And I do both. Sometimes it's just about going out there and just relaxing, catching some fish. I don't care what size they are. I just want to catch some fish, have a little fun. And other times it's like, all right, we want a monster today. So, and the James River, you can do both of those things. So
absolutely. Yeah, I was a friend of mine went to Tennessee over the weekend that I went on vacation, which happened to be in Tennessee as well. And she sent us a picture of a bass that she caught. And oh, hey there. Sorry, just for those in chat, I'm on my phone, and the only way to see chat is to bring it up in StreamYard, and then it covers my face I can't see the screen, so I'm looking at chat going back and forth. So sorry if I miss people's shout out. But anyway, she was on a boat and she caught a bass and she sent us a picture. I said, "Oh, it's a nice fish. Now why don't you come catch a real one?" And I sent her a picture of the one that I caught the day that you came out with us.
Yeah. Yeah, those were a couple of nice fish, 20-pounders in or so. And
pounder.
Yeah, 22-pounder. When you start catching them, it's then it's like game on. It's just you keep wanting that next one and that next one. And I mean, that was a great day. The main purpose we went out was to learn the gill net and about bait, and that was a success, pretty much.
There was a little snag going on there, but
pretty much a success. But we caught shad in the net, took that shad and turned that into a PB and another nice fish. We caught a bunch of other fish, so that's a great afternoon. And it was only a few hours that we were out there, but
and we can't thank you enough for showing us how to use that gill net. I'll tell you what, it's kind of embarrassing to say, but when we first got that gill net, we were so excited. Sean and I went out by ourselves, had not a clue on how to set the gill net. We thought we'd put it in the water, it would set itself, it would sink, and no weights, no floats, nothing. We just put it in the water and we're like, why is this not working?
But it's simple, but it's just a matter of setting it up right. And you guys did it that day. I didn't touch anything. So put the weights on, y'all did the boat and positioned it, and so yeah, it's so much better than cast net, everything else. If you can use a gill net in your waters, and we're allowed to do it here because it's part of the tidal system. So it's actually a saltwater gill net license that you have. But JP3, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, it's fresh bait here is such a key thing that, and when you can have the gill net, you pretty much at some point. Sometimes it's a little harder to find because they'll school up and they'll school up, and you've got to find them. They're not in any areas. You've got to they'll be in one certain area, so you've got to hit that one area. And other times, you'll have schools all over the place, so you'll get some in the different areas.
Catfish Hero said gill nets are cheating. Boo.
Hey, no, man, gill nets are great for bait.
Yeah, we went out. Sean and I went out that night fishing live that we did. we put the gill net down a little bit farther downriver. I think we got 4 or 5 that night. I'm gonna tell you what. Talk about excited just to get bait fish. Because we weren't sure. We had let it sit there for 45 minutes. We started pulling it in, and I'm maneuvering the boat because the current's running at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean's like, "Well, we got one." I'm like, "Oh, sweet!" So he keeps pulling in the net. We got another one. Like, awesome. So let's at that point I'm like, just I can't keep the back of the boat away, so just pull everything in. We'll untangle it in a little bit. He pulls it in. There's 3 more in there. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, that when you start doing it, that is awesome. Yeah, Carrie, there is no Uncle Steve. That's Steve Painter by Steve. He had some rods that he was giving away. So I know I am behind on that. I need to get that to you.
You see,
but there is no. It's not a company. It's not like Uncle Steve's. It's not like Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou has rods. Uncle Lou rods. They just call him Uncle Steve, and he had some rods, and whatever rods he was giving away, that's what he does. He would just give them away during certain things. So it's not like a company. It's just another person out there in chat that was donating some rods. That's all it is. So.
Do you see Fishing Chick's comment?
No, I missed it. Dynamite is cheating. That's Dynamite right.
So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be live at 7:30. We're gonna do a little bit different, something different that I haven't seen before. We got some new equipment, and we're gonna do an unboxing on the boat after we cast our rods out. So
awesome.
Hopefully the wind's not blowing, so we should be good on that. But we got a couple new rods and reels. We're going to do some unboxing, talk about them, set them up, get them all set up, and cast them out and start fishing with them.
That is awesome. I know that day the Ancient Mariner reel was awesome. Getting to see that. Terry Lane, how you doing? Good to see you. I'd love to see how that. I know you've been using it for a while now. It's a beautiful, beautiful, smooth reel. I'd like to see after a while of using it how they, and I'm sure based on what I've seen, they're very well built. It appears so. I'm sure they're going to last a while. But
yeah, like I was telling you, I saw my first Ancient Mariner reel on Dieter Melhorn's show.
Melhorn, yeah.
Pinky. And he's even got a video he did where he took Pinky out shark fishing. And he has not been able to break that reel yet. He had the worm gear. He replaced the worm gear in it. The owner of Ancient Mariner sent him a new worm gear because those Ancient Mariner rods and reels have a lifetime warranty.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of, we're going to be talking about a little bit more about some Ancient Mariner stuff going on with our channel too tomorrow. So we're excited about that.
And we've got Smokey Tasha's out there. How you doing? Mike Irvin, Annette Morgan. 34 awesome people watching. Thank you very much. Sean T. Outdoors. Dealing with the new house. JBT's out there. I hope it turned out well last night. JBT was out there to fish in the Pontoon Jody Flathead Challenge. More Reese Cason, how you doing? There's Chucky. Chucky, how are you? Met so many of these awesome people at CatCon. We had a blast. That was a lot of fun. Let's see, 33 people. Thank you. Appreciate y'all coming in. Oh, your signal boost. All right. Yeah, we're lucky here that there's some spots when you go downriver a little bit, you get out of the city a little bit, and there's other spots where it's some days it'll be perfect, and other days it's like, where did the signal go? Sometimes right there at Dutch Gap, the signal will come in and out. Sometimes it's 4 bars, and other times it's 1 or 2. So I don't know if that has something to do with. I I don't know if that has something to do with the factory right there, my house, but
The mayor's house.
The mayor's house. That's right. I don't know if sometimes if that interferes with it. I don't know, but
it's possible. There's a lot of power lines in that area.
Nick Coughlin, boom, 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 with the 222. Thank you very much. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a year warranty, so the part's getting replaced. Awesome. Catfish Heroes, who is going to KC CatCon? I'm trying to do everything I can to get out there. It's a little bit far, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm working on a few things. And CatCon, I do have, if anybody wants information about CatCon, I do have the link for CatCon out in the description. Hervé has a whole new section on there. It's a Q&A section on there. So if you've got any questions, it's a video response, and you can actually video your question even into them, and really cool system that he's got worked out there. But CatCon, I believe it's October 7th and 8th, I believe, out in Kansas City. And next February, it's back in Louisville, the 23rd and 24th, I believe. But that's all on the website, and get tickets there, and et cetera, et cetera. Fish and Chick said she'll be there. CatCon in Kansas City is supposed to be even more fun than it was in Louisville, because you can go a lot of places to where it's held is in walking distance. So there's a lot more group activities once the day is over. Stan 3 is asking, so who's going fishing tonight?
I'm not going tonight, but we're going in the morning.
She said it was crazy fun.
Yeah, hopefully Sean and I can get out to CatCon in February. We've talked about it already.
Yeah, it's a blast, and they do a very good job of. They have a whole area set up. They have a whole area set up for the whole YouTube area, and that was just awesome. That was kind of the after party. Yes, yes. JBT said he's heading out in about an hour. So yeah, this time of year for us, this is this is when things start. The month of April is just absolutely awesome. There's Chrissy Brown, uptown Chrissy Brown. How you doing? And it happens in a lot of waters here. That the water temperature comes up. We get a lot of the spring mating runs, the migratory runs coming upriver from saltwater, and they just you get big stripers that come upriver. Ernie caught a couple of those this past weekend, but you get the big monster blues start getting really active. So you'll catch them in the colder weather too. But as the water starts warming up, what happens is those bite windows get bigger and bigger. So it's not just that one short period of time that you got to be there. You'll be able to find active fish during big of time.
My wife just texted me and said Green Machine's on live.
I wonder if he's on
I think she said TikTok.
TikTok, yeah, he's probably doing TikTok, but we're gonna be jumping out of here. Still got some stuff to go take care of. It's been absolutely awesome, a lot of fun talking with everybody out there. We had Duggar up, we got Team Snag and Wisters. Dustin is up here. Well, Fish and Chick, it's people are doing it together now. That's kind of using TikTok as kind of to bring to YouTube and vice versa, and that's where a lot of people. That's where it's starting to go. So I know, Real Beast. It was Bobcat. I think told me about that. Said that you and he was out with Bobcat, and they caught a 22.2 pound catfish. That's just absolutely awesome. That's a perfect fish. You can't get any better than that.
Hey, Stan, well, thanks for
Perfect
having me
catfish.
in here. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem at all. Thanks for coming up.
Hope everybody can join us tomorrow morning. Hopefully, we can catch us some new PBs in the morning.
Yep. So somebody could drop team snagging whiskers.
We're pushing for a goal. I know a lot of people don't. I've heard a lot of people talk about not keeping an eye on your subs and stuff like that, but we're trying to get to 500 before June 24th, which is my birthday. Right now, I think we're about 318. So.
Yeah, you can keep an eye on it and you want to see growth, but like to keep checking it every day and stuff, it's going to go up, it's going to go down.
Right.
It's going to go sideways. It just happens to everybody, but
we appreciate everybody that comes in and views our live and chats with us and follows our channel. I mean, that's one of the main reasons we do this. We love to fish and we love to share the experience with others. And if we can get anybody else to go out there and fish, they don't have to be on YouTube. Just go out there and have some fun and learn the sport and just see what everybody else is kind of getting into. And that's the biggest reason we do it. And meeting people like yourself and your son and Dan and Has and Ernie and getting to know you guys is kind of the icing on the cake, really. So we really appreciate everything you do, and we thank you for helping everybody else and helping us help others. So
yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I love it. Like I said, it's all about the fishing. It's all about the fish. I love seeing people get out there and catching some big fish, and always glad to help with that. So.
All right, well, I'm going to pop out of here. Thank you again for letting me come in here, and I hope you all have a good night, and maybe we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Awesome. Definitely. I'll try to pop in. I'll see what I got going on.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Good luck tomorrow morning. Good luck. You too. Thank you. All right. So we are going to jump out of here. There you go. There's Team Snag and Whiskers. Thank you, Chrissy Brown. Appreciate you doing that. And Fishing Chick, let's drop her link too. She's a little under 300 right now. Her goal is to hit 1,000 when she goes to DC and in around the nation next month. So we got to get my fishing sister from another Mr. Fishing Chick there, get her going. That's going to be a fun trip. But so anyways, thank you, Real Beast. Congratulations on catching that 22.2 pound perfect catfish. Thank you, Chrissy Brown. Appreciate that. Miss Uptown Chrissy Brown. Appreciate the help with that. So Team Snag and Whiskers, they'll be live tomorrow morning around 7:30, I think he said. Fishing the James River. And Fishing Chick, she will be doing a tour coming up here soon. So be looking for that. But much love to everybody. Appreciate everybody being out there. If I don't see you before then, happy Easter. And like Duggar said before, Jesus is the reason for the season. So try to keep that in mind. Be nice to everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll talk to everybody soon. See y'all later.